Good evening, everyone. I'm just checking we're actually live because I don't think the first stream actually worked. 1 second. Ah, here we are. Yeah, we're working now. Cool. Welcome everyone to Abu Dhabi, and we're here for the finale. Tom Putty is your first man out on track, so we'll jump on board with him. But yeah, we've got an exciting race lined up for you tonight. It's the final race. We've got a championship battle still to decide. Your championship leader is not in the lobby yet. He's on his way home from work, and we're hoping that he's going to get here just before the start of the race, but we will see. Sorry for the delayed start, just had to sort something out. Now we're good, and we're on board with Tom Putty. We've got Connor on track, Berserk is also on track. Everyone else seems to be finding their way out of the pits now. So I'll get Tom to take you on a lap. I'll talk you through it. I'll turn my headset down because I can barely hear myself. And I'll go through the standings in a second, and then we'll catch up and we'll see how everyone's getting on. But the people to look out for today are Nell Boy, who I said is not here just yet, and I believe it's Jordan. I'm just trying to bring up the standings, but let's go with Tom. So turn 1, 90-degree left-hand turn. You can get the car nice and wide here, flat out through the second left-hand turn, and then a long right-hander. Use all the curb on exit, and then flip back over to the right, and we've got a long hairpin, and we're about to go down the main straight, which the DRS board you can see opens up there, and you're going to get a little kink in the track as we get down to the first chicane, sorry, and the only chicane. You have to slow the car right down after that long straight. Be careful of the curbs there because it can unsettle the car, and keep your foot on the throttle and get going. DRS zone number 2, a straight with a bit of a kink in it. And then you've got another long hairpin, even longer than the first. You just got to be careful the back end doesn't step out. You can see Tom's car was just pushing and sort of 3 right-hand corners in a row, but the last one tightens up. So you've got to get the car slowed down whilst you're turning. And then again, almost like a double corner there. Long sort of hairpin. And then it's a fast right-hander, and to finish the lap, you're going to come past the pit lane. Another fast right-hander. Get your foot down over the line, and Tom puts in a 23.8 to start the day. Got little Mikey starting his lap. Let's jump on board with him whilst I go and find the standings. So it is all to play for. Jordan leads the championship after that crazy finish to Brazil last week, where Nell got damage under the safety car with about 4 or 5 laps to go. Ends up retiring from the race and therefore didn't pick up any points. And Jordan was able, I believe, to get on the podium. Yeah, he was 3rd, and that picked up enough points for him to go into the lead as Berserk puts in a 23.7 and goes top for today. Mikey cutting almost all of that corner. Don't know if that is the line, or whether he's just slowed down a bit too much there, but he's coming into sector 3. 23's on the board. Mikey definitely capable of a 22. Not according to his time trial times. As Reliant puts in a 23.2 and goes top for now. Final corner for Mikey. There's a 22.8 from Brandon. What's Mikey going to do? It's enough for 3rd. It's a 23.3. He'll want to improve on that. Hackett's put in a time 24.4. What about Wazza then? Invalid. Ill vision. And the constructors. So, sorry, Jordan is ahead by 4 points. So it's all to play for if Nell can get here. And then we've got Williams winning the constructors, 214 points. We've got Red Bull in 2nd, so Bog needs Nell Boy to turn up really. Otherwise the Williams boys have probably got that sewn up. They're both here tonight, so Bog against those two. But don't even think, no, 25 points is not enough. So yeah, he needs Nell to get hit. So Illvision and Mikey are fighting for third, but Mikey I think only needs a point today to capture that third spot. And with Jordan already sealing his race of champions, with Jordan already will be in the race of champions if he gets through the constructors anyway. That should mean that Mikey will join the race of champions, which will be an interesting watch. And for those of you that don't know about the race of champions, at the end of each season, our top drivers from each division and some of our nominated drivers for various different things, fairest driver, best overtake, the drivers are all nominating right now. When you get into the race of champions, the cars are on equal because we've got people with different abilities, and Wazza has just invalidated again. So we'll jump away from him. I think Bog, he was on a lap. He's gone into 4 for 23.4, and I think he's got enough round here to cause some problems in the race for sure. Reap's on an outlap, so we'll jump on with him. Zetterville one to watch as well because he's been quick in Division 2 the last couple of races. So yeah, the race of champions, it's equal. We turn equal performance off, so it's all standard cars. And our lowest ranked drivers will go in the faster cars, which is like the Red Bull, and so on until the Division 1 guys will be at the back of the field. And then we race and let the pace of the Division 1 drivers try and catch the guys in the quicker cars. And it's a really fun watch actually. So do join us next Wednesday, I believe. Hopefully I'll be on commentary for that. But anyway, we've got a championship to sort out here. We're on board with Reaps, and he is coming round onto the second straight in the second DRS zone. Not seen him too much this season, so it's good to see him on track. I'm playing too much FIFA, I think. Here he comes in to the business end of Sector 3. Car runs a bit wide, but he's focused again. Last two corners. And here he comes over the line. A 1:23.9 enough for 9th. Zetterville's about to come over and he goes into second at 23.0. So yes, he is one to watch. We've got a lot of people on out laps. Who is the person to watch? It's of course going to be Jordan. He's a long way away from his opening lap though. What about we've got a Ferrari? Is it Evan? Yeah, Evan. Let's watch Evan then. We'll jump back to Jordan once Evan's completed his lap. So he's lining up now. Carries tons of speed through. Evan's been impressive the last few races actually. And Nellboy has joined the lobby. Welcome Nellboy. And good luck for tonight's race, along with Jordan as well. And Evan gets started on his lap. Oh, and the back end was trying to step out there, but he managed to keep it under wraps. Nice exit onto the straight. Gets the power down. He's gone purple apparently in the first sector. Again, I'm not sure how much you can trust those mini maps, but Evan has definitely got the pace to go purple. Into a heavy braking zone. And he's taken just enough curb there, and he's opened up the second exit. That's really nicely taken that. He keeps putting the foot in the throttle. DRS is open, and away he goes. So, sector 2, purple. He is apparently. So this could be a very good opening lap for him. If he is purple, it's going to be mid-22s. One sector to go. Keep it nice and neat. And we will see if he was actually purple through these sectors. Generally, if you're purple through the first two, it's unlikely you're going to be purple through the third, because it's a little bit more technical and it's all about the amount of downforce you carry in your wings. And here we go. Swings it through the last corner. Flat out. Get the car nice and straight. And here it is quick. It's a 22.6. Goes provisional pole. Evan has made huge strides this season. And I did say we'd go to Jordan, so let's catch him then. He's coming down the back straight and about to start sector 3. Can he knock Evan off the purple? He can apparently. Oh, it switched off quick. So either someone's just beaten him or it's not true. But anyway, plant it somewhere in that top 5, he'll be happy. He generally comes to life in the race. The only times I've really seen Jordan struggle is when his hard tyres start to lose a bit of that initial grip. People tend to come back at him at that point, but other than that, can't really fault him. Here he comes, foot flat to the floor. It's a 23. It's enough for 4th. It's a 23.2. So not too disappointed with that, I don't think. Mikey's still in the pit. Bog on an outlap. Wazza. Oh, how was that not invalid? Got away with that, Wazza. He got a 23.4 first time round, so looking to improve. The only car in front, I think, will be Berserk. So he's the only one going to put in a time whilst Wazza is on his way around. Oh, and Wazza's got his bloody light on. The quickest he's looked all night, though, bless him. And this is Berserk, was actually behind him. There's some yellow flags for the Aston Martin behind. Don't know if that's true or whether he's just going a bit slower. Oh, and Berserk's just invalidated through there. What a nightmare. That's not what you want to be doing. Who can we jump on board with? Is Reliant on a lap? No. Jordan has been on a lap. We could go to Bog if I can't find anyone else. Hackett is not on a lap either. Alright, Bog it is then. What have you got, Bog? He's a 10th up. 10th and a half up on his time. That's enough for 5th currently. Nice and controlled through the hairpin. Gets it nice and wide to give himself a nice entry into the third of the right-handers. Here we go, he flicks it right. Oh, he lifts off. He's coming in the pit, so he's not happy with it. Ill vision, invalidated. Relia, I don't think was on a lap. No, he's coming in, so we've got no one on track on a lap. Someone come out the pits, please. So yeah, just to remind you of the Brazil carnage. We had winner Zetable, the guy I told you to watch out for. Evan in 2nd, told you he picked up some pace. He's currently sitting in provisional pole right now. Jordan was 3rd. Did say Nelboy did DNF. Mikey came 6th. We had Brandon 4th, Guna 5th, Hayward 7th. And then we had Hackett in 8th, Berserk in 9th, and Bog in 10th for the final point. Just to shout out, we had our Division 2 winner last night, our first champion of the season. And that was Lux, who actually joined partway through the season. So he picks up his first championship, and to be fair, so he came in race week 3, DNF'd 2 of the first 3, got 2 points in Austria, and then just never looked back from there. Just went on a rampage and won quite a few races. So yeah, our first champion in DTR for this season, and there's a couple of guys in here fighting out for the second one. As I said before, that is Jordan and it is Nelboy, who's not set a lap yet. And Nelboy continues to sit in the pits. And Jordan and Hackett are the ones in pole position for the constructors. And actually now let's look at the points difference. Now we have got Bog here. Not Bog, Nell. Now Nell is here. So the points difference is 28 points. That's the amount they've got to overcome. So it's not just going to require a good Nell finish, it's going to need Bog. And Bog, to be fair, is strong around this track. So we'll see. You see 7th at the minute, Jordan 5th, Hackett 9th, and Nelboy on an outlap. So here he comes. And we'll jump on board with him in a moment. Just keep in mind, hasn't been able to do any warm-ups straight in from work. Probably still in his work uniform. If he's got a uniform, I have no idea. Apparently Berserk goes purple second sector. Only a 10th up, so not going to be enough to take pole, but it's enough to improve his time. He's probably not going to improve places unless he's got some time to find through this third sector. And he's done it again, same place. He's just carrying far too much speed through there. And there are some guys. What about Jordan? And let's watch Jordan. We've got a McLaren. He moves out the way. Jordan apparently now, and that didn't disappear quickly, so I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan has gone fastest in sector 1. His DRS wide open. And I think Nelboy's just started his lap, so we'll jump to him once we've got Jordan over the line. As Jordan comes into the chicane. Nelboy's got a lovely clear bit of track just in front of him as well. Jordan is 1.5 up, so it's nowhere near. It's nowhere near pole. Unless he's got a lot of time to find through this third sector. He's got his teammates in front of him. He won't hold him up, I'm sure. Berserk is out. I think he retired in the pit lane. Which doesn't matter in quali. The car won't come out. Anyway, Jordan coming over the line. It's a 23.1. Only a 10th improvement, so he's up to 6th. What about Nelboy then? There's only 43 seconds left of the session, so people scampering over the line. But here comes Nelly Baby. Throwing it through the sector 2. And again, just off the throttle slightly, carrying enough speed through there. This will be very impressive if he manages to pull off a good quali lap. Here he comes. Round over the line. It's in the 23s. It's 23.1. It's a good start right behind the title challenger. And look at that. There's only 0.02 of a second splitting those guys. Mikey has got some pace. Is he going to be able to find something on this final lap? And Bog moves up to 3rd. Look, with a 22.9. Brandon in 2nd with a 22.8. Reliot just nips in front of Bog. And Zetterville nips in front of Bog as well. So, yeah, they're all starting to move now. Reaps and Jago are done for the session. Berserk is also done. So no improvements from them. Little Mikey coming through in sector 3. Got a lot of people in front of him, but they shouldn't get in the way. Holds as much speed as he can through here. That was impressive. He's really pushing hard. Is it going to be enough to get him any further forward in the field? He's coming over the line now. Where will he go? 3rd! Look at that, McLaren in the top 3. 2nd and 3rd. No one can displace Evan though. Evan looks like he's done it. Jordan's finished. Nelboy's finished. Connor's 3/10 down. It's not going to challenge for pole, but it's looking pretty good for him. He's the only one left. Oh, he doesn't invalidate it. Thought he was going to. So advantage Jordan for now, but look at the 2 Red Bulls. Got a Williams sandwich. 23.2 for Connor, so that's good. He's up to 10th. So Bog 7th, Jordan 8th, Nelboy 9th. So massive for constructors and big for the Drivers' Championship as well. So as it stands, Williams will be winning both. We've got a long race ahead of us. So congratulations to Evan on another pole position. I think that's his 2nd in a row. And we're still waiting for Evan to get his first DTR win. So we'll be cheering him on to see if he can claim the prize. But the McLarens will want to stop that. And don't forget the Red Bulls and the Williams and the Mercedes too. Now, I did have some calls that there was a wet race, but I think the drivers might be chatting nonsense in the old desert. So Evan in 1st with a 22.6. We then got Wazza and Mikey, who are, well, Wazza only a couple of hundredths behind. Mikey a 10th behind, and Brandon right on his heels. Reliot in 5th, Zetterville 6th, Bog in 7th, Jordan championship contender in 8th. 9th is the other championship contender, Nelboy, needs a big haul of points. And Connor in 10th with an impressive last lap there. Then we've got Tom, Illvision, Hackett, Berserk, and I can't remember the last driver at the bottom. Is it Jago? Oh, and Reeps. Sorry, Jago and Reeps. I think it might have even been somewhere else. But here we go, boys. This is the championship fight between Jordan and Nellboy. Williams and Red Bull. It's all going to unfold. And can we see Evan get off the mark for race wins? For the first time in DTR history for him. Be great to see. Nellboy needs to overturn Jordan by 5 or 6 points. The Red Bulls need to overturn Williams by 28 points. And that might even secure some Race of Champions seats. But the teams are in the garages. They're sorting their setups out. Not a cloud in sight. And not to forget that Mikey only needs a point to secure 3rd place as well. And he's qualified really, really work. Just bear with me a second, guys. One of the drivers having a bit of a problem, so I'm just going to see if I can help them get back in. Might have to help them in a second. But some big strategy calls out here. We've got the front 4 on mediums. Reliot decides to go on the hards. Zettervolt, Bog and Jordan on mediums. Nellboy goes hard, so goes the opposite to Jordan. Connor is on softs. We've then got Tom on hards. Illvision on mediums. Hackett on hards. And then the final 3 all on mediums. Right, I'm just going to see if I can help. Illvision's having some problem with his buttons by the sounds of it. Oh, they're coming up to the grid, so I've got to be quick. Right, invite sent. Let's get back to the grid. Oh, just in time, look at that. Evan and Wazza have overshot their box. That gives Mikey a bit of an advantage in 3rd. They're all lining up to the grid. They've warmed their tyres up. You can see the Williams pointing right so quickly. So I wonder what that's to do. Probably to cover off the 2 Red Bulls, but we have got lights. They are coming on 3, 4, 5. And out they go for the final time in Division 3. And I think it looks like Evans got away really well. The 2 McLarens, no, actually Mikey off the start better than Wazza was. And a bit of contact with Brandon into that first corner. But Brandon gets away in front and Wazza's gone wide. I think he might be going and there's contact and there's a lot of people out here. I can't see who. Nellboy's out, no. And another Williams is out. That's huge. That's Nellboy out of the championship fight. Jordan and Bog, there's a red flag. That's a huge crash. And that's going to be hugely disappointing. Oh, man. It all came from a little bit of contact out of turn 1. And Wazza just lost it going through turn 2. And we're going to have a delay to the race because we are under red flags. I haven't had this happen on comms, so no idea what I'm about to see on screen. But what happens, the drivers will return to the pit lane. Only the ones... Oh, and I think we might have... Might have a problem with the lobby. We're just going to see what happens after this timer counts down. Okay, so they're all back on the grid then, are they? They are able to change. They're able to change their strategy. Evan in first, then Mikey second, Reliot, then Bog, Jordan, Zetterfall, and they're off. And Evans away. Little Mikey has maintained second. There's still a little bit of carnage a bit further down the field here. And we're on board with Jordan. Doesn't need to do too much, but finish the race really. And I think based on the number of drivers left, and there's a crash look right at the back with the Alpine and Ill Vision again by the look of it. Bog and Berserk having a bit of an attack around the hairpin. And I think that pretty much sorts out the championship really. I think that means that Jordan will finish the race as champion regardless of what happens. The constructors, I don't think Bog can do enough on his own. So I think that is it. We've just got some racing to watch. And Evan, can he win his first race in DTR? That's now the question. Little Mikey will be trying to stop that from happening. Reliot is not far behind. And let's have a look at the tyres because they were able to change. And look at that, everyone on mediums. Bar Mikey, who wants to go long here. So it's going to be interesting to see whether he holds up the rest of the field and Evan can move further away. So for those of you that are a bit eagle-eyed, we're in lap 3 and that's because of the red flags. It does complete the lap and those flags on there looked purple to me. No idea what a purple flag means. But anyway, they've switched off. Evan goes fastest. So Reliot just sitting in behind Mikey. We've got Zettervol that's quite close to Jordan, but I think... Oh, what's going on here? Jago suddenly appeared out of nowhere. I think some of the timings are a bit messed up here. Mikey has fallen with outside of the second. And there's a huge gap between the top 5 and the bottom 5, and they're a bit spread out, the bottom 5. So we're going to watch the battle up front. Evan is starting to pull away. So with the amount of cars on track and how close they are together, you'd say it's unlikely that we're going to see a safety car, but careful what you wish for, which is awesome for Evan. But Mikey will be trying to run a bit longer. He won't mind dropping off the back of Evan as long as he doesn't do it too quickly. Evan puts in another fastest lap. He's not the person we're on board with. The Reliot is the one that's putting the most pressure on here. Reap's at the back of the field, putting some pressure on Ill Vision. He does get round him. Reliot's going to be the one that wants to try and get on with this. He's on the faster tyres, and Berserk has given up a place to Bog, who has managed to regain. So Bog will start putting some pressure on the back of Reliot. And I wonder if Reliot's using a bit of battery because he's just pulling away from Bog there. Bog pulls out of the slipstream. Reliot just putting a little bit more pressure on Mikey here. He's 3/10 back. Reeps now gets past Zettervold, so Reeps is finding some pace at the back of the field. He's 8 seconds off Jago. So we'll see if that gap starts to come down. Reliot nice and neat. Mikey just missing the apex a little bit there. Might be to do with the tyre that he's on. But this is the closest battle in the field at the moment. Bog in just behind watching. Waiting for them to make a mistake. Oh, and he makes one himself there. But nothing too damaging. Not like we've seen from Wazza tonight. Got a bit dicey around that corner, and that sparks off the carnage behind him. And here comes Reliot. I think he's got his battery on. He's got DRS open now. It's active, and this shouldn't be too difficult. He's in front already, and look, he's just pulling away from Mikey. That's the difference between opening that wing. But what Mikey will now have is that wing himself. Down the second straight. Here it comes. Yeah, boy. And this is probably a good time for Mikey just to sit back and build up a bit of battery, try and keep himself at 90%, let Reliot pull him along, because he's not going to be quicker in the corners. Only 4 tenths back, and again Bog 6 tenths back, and Reeps is eating into that 8 second that I talked about last lap. Mikey's doing a good job of keeping up with Reliot here, and that's all he needs to do, especially with the hard tyres. Keeps them in close contact with Evan, who they're actually pulling in a little bit. I wonder now the nice shine has come off the tyres, whether Evan is just struggling a little bit. I think we saw that at Brazil. Good on fresh tyres, struggles a little bit when they start to wear down a little bit, so keep an eye on the gap at the front. And here comes Bog. He's making an attack on Mikey. He's going around the outside. And Mikey gives it up. Pulls back in behind. And Mikey at this point doesn't really want to be fighting, I don't think. Just stick with these guys. He's on the harder compound tyre. And if he can do that, the race will come to him later. Berserk all over the back of Jordan, who's going to be our new champion. Jordan just losing touch. I wonder if that's because he is fighting Berserk a little bit, but Berserk has struggled through that sector 3 tonight. We saw it in quali. No differences today, and we've got people on penalties actually already. 5 seconds, so that's probably contact rather than anything else. Do you know what? Let's ride without any menus to see what that looks like. The only problem is you can't see the gaps actually. It's a shame you can't push it further into the corner, but anyway, Mikey coming after Bog shouldn't make a move here. Might do on the next straight, but the key thing for them is not to lose a second as Berserk does get around Jordan down the straight. The key for them is just to not lose touch with Reliot. They're within 7 tenths. Bog flashing already, so Mikey just needs to keep saving his battery, using the DRS. Jordan back through on Berserk, using the DRS. They're quite close together. Jordan just cuts in front of him, but Berserk saw it coming, was able to back out. And Bog and Mikey just keeping in within that second, and look, Reliot has reeled Evan right in. So Reliot looking good in race conditions. And I'm pretty sure before this race he was saying he hadn't really practiced. Well, it's not showing up here, my friend. Doing a great job. But he needs to break that second from the cars behind if he wants to win this, because again, he's going to have to go on the harder compound tyre later, and it will give Mikey the advantage. Here goes Relliot for the lead of the race. DRS wide open, and he takes the lead. Let's watch it from Evan's point of view. So Relliot now, can he start to open up a gap? Can he pull away from the Bog and Mikey battle? And if he can, and Bog flashing still again. Oh, and look, Evan and Relliot fighting. Evan goes round the outside, and that's a great move. It looked neat. So that brings Evan back to the front here, and all this fighting is just playing into Mikey's hands. He just has to hang around. Bit of a tap there from Relliot. Diego picks up a 3-second time penalty. Mikey will be happy with this. Just sit back, relax, get your popcorn out, and just let these guys in front of you have a little scrap. Bog is a little bit more sensible than to get involved in it. He'll be waiting for the right moment, but this is only playing into Mikey's hands. Big gap back to Jordan, who just doesn't seem to be able to cut the gap. But Berserk has dropped off the back of him, so he's in no man's land really. And with the DRSs open, these guys are just pulling each other down the straights. Not a lot they can really do about it. Relliot again, going to be on the attack here. And with his DRS open, this should again be an easy move. And he's in front already. Watch it from Evan's point of view. Gets the car slow down. Tries to open up as much of the exit as possible. Just runs a bit wide there. DRS will open, but Relliot's going to look at the drive from Relliot as Zetterville gets past Reeps a bit further down the field. Here comes Evan with a straight line advantage with the DRS open, but this is going to be too far back this time. Again, Mikey just watching it all happen. In 4th place. He knows this race will come to him later, and we've got yellow flags. I don't think that's going to be a safety car. I think it's just a spin, it is. And he can get going again, no problems. So back on with Mikey, we can see everything happening in front. Relliot now seems to have got his head down a little bit, nearly a second away. Bog putting some pressure on Evan now. Evan runs a little bit wide. He is struggling on these tyres now, I think, because the nice grippy surface on the outside has probably worn away. But the mistake cost Bog, and actually Relliot just can't quite break the second gap he needs. It says it there, but I think Evan's close enough in the detection zone. He is. The wing is open. And these two straights are just a killer. So Bog just runs very, very deep there. Just watching to see if Mikey make a move on Bog there, but he couldn't. To be fair, Bog was so far out of shape, I don't think there would have been room really anywhere. As Evan, look at the gap now, has just pulled it all the way back. So anyone out in front is struggling. If they can't break the second gap, it's just impossible. So we've got the Alpha Tauri, the Ferrari, the Red Bull of Bog. We've got some yellow flags. It's Diego. He's just waiting to turn round. Well weighted. Oh, and he's hit his wing. It's caused a safety car. Oh. You've got to slow down without a wing. What's happened to Zetterville? He's left the session apparently. Diego retires in the pits after causing a safety car. Brilliant. So now all these guys have got to wait, and it's now the question of, can Mikey get 17 lap old mediums to the end? But it's not going to be 17 laps, because by the time we get racing 15 laps, I think Mikey will come in, put the mediums on and see if he can get to the end. If there's another safety car, he'll be able to jump onto some softs. I think all these guys are going to have to come in. The hards will definitely get to the end. So that is the front four in. I think everyone else will follow, to be honest. And let's just see if that has happened. Relia actually goes back on mediums, so he's going to be hoping for another safety car, I think. So I think we'll probably get another lap of the safety car unless these guys can catch up quickly, but there's still some guys coming out the pits, so unlikely. Just need to help another driver get back into the lobby again, so just bear with me, guys. Right, sorry back. I think Jordan has found a way back into the lobby. So I think that's Jordan out the back. He's just trying to get back into the race. So the safety car definitely will go again. So if you missed the action at the start, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars DNF round this corner here. Wazza and Brandon were having a bit of a fight. Wazza lost the car and collected everyone behind him, including the championship fighter Nellboy. Which means that Jordan will be a champion regardless of if he gets back in here or not, and here he is right on cue. And I believe that also means that the Williams cannot be caught in the constructors either. So double championship for Jordan, Hackett, the other team member of Williams. Congratulations to those guys. But at the front of the field we've got a battle going on. Evan looking for his first DTR win. Reliot's trying to stop that from happening. Bog and Mikey also. And Mikey with the tyre advantage. Reliot will have to pit once more at least because he's gone medium so far. He's banking on another safety car or another reason for everyone to pit. God, is Jordan caught up already? Oh no, Jordan's actually right in front of the safety car, look. I don't think the game will wait for him forever, so... And there we go, look, he's back because he is now pulling away from that safety car. I don't think the safety car will wait for him to catch the back of the pack because that's going to take a while. So I think we'll get going. Maybe they'll do one more. Or maybe they're just waiting for him to get out of the way a little bit. Don't really know. I mean, their safety car is going very slow. Look at it. going to have another lap of it. And that is good news for Mikey. The less laps he has to do on those medium tyres, the better for him. Well, Jordan's managed to pull out half of that, and he's got to do the same again before this safety car gets back to the home straight, I think. I think it's going to come in this lap regardless. He'll be pushing like mental. He's probably even using a bit of ERS, you know. This is just like normal race conditions for him. Yeah, he's even using his battery, bless him. Safety car's coming in. Good luck, Jordan, catching it. Reddit will take over the control of the speed of the pack. Safety car's got a long way to go to get back to the pits. Jordan's got a chance to catch, but he's not going to catch her back before they go, I don't think. Safety car's not even in the pit lane yet, so they can't go yet. Reddit's actually going quite quickly considering that safety car's not in yet. As he weaves to warm up his tyres to try and put off Evan behind him, and he'll slam his foot down at some point. I think he's gone now. He has. Evan not really caught off guard, but he's created a gap. Bog might have been caught off guard, and look at this. Mikey straight through on Bog. Bog knew he wasn't going to be able to fight it into turn one, so gives Mikey the place. And of course Mikey on those medium tyres on the podium and in with a great shout now. He's just got to get these tyres to the end. Elliott will have to pit again, and look at that, Jordan does come in now. It's probably not a bad idea. If another safety car comes out, he will be able to catch up. So Evan trying to put some pressure on Elliott. Remember, we don't have any DRS just yet. We've got a car further back, which is Zetterville on Reeps, coming down into the chicane, but he cannot do it. It looks like Reeps might be carrying less wing, which gives him a bit of straight line speed and some good defence. Bog just a second outside now, so struggling to keep up with Mikey when he's on the faster tyre. Mikey looking really racy now. And of course, Elliott, whilst he has the advantage at the front of the field, will have to pit again. But it'll be interesting because if there's a late safety car, these guys will probably want to pit for softs. But Elliott will as well. And there's a bit of lag there. I don't know if Mikey saw that, but did well to avoid Evan. And here comes Mikey. Look how much more grip he's got. That's him up into second. And Elliott will now be looking in his rear view. He's got 1.5 seconds on Mikey. And Mikey knows that he is technically in the lead of this race right now, but he will want to get in front of him on track, because if they do have to pit, he's going to want to try and be able to pit and still come out if Elliott decides he wants to. So this isn't over. This doesn't mean that Elliott is out of this race. If there's no safety car, Mikey is leading this race technically, and Bog within a second of Evan. But the field is quite spread out now. There's about a second between each driver. Mikey's slowly eating into Elliott's time, not by a huge amount. Little Mikey puts in the fastest lap of the race and really eats in. Oh, look at the pressure. Bog and Evan side by side into turn 1, and Reeps is there to try and capitalise on some of this. Evan runs wide and Reeps does get through. So Bog now, is he the next one to be under pressure from Reeps? What tyre is Reeps on? He's on the hard, so looking really good on the hard tyre. He's come to life since the safety car. Evan trying to put some pressure back on him. And Evan unfortunately dropping backwards since the safety car. Bog now 5 seconds back from Mikey, so you'd say those front two are looking good. One of those two should win this. Evan coasts into the chicane. Reeps is going to put some pressure on Bog here. And is the DRS open yet? Oh, it is open. So we must have had 2 laps since the safety car. The 2 Aston Martins fighting a bit further back. Jordan, bless him, just trying to catch the back of the pack. Got to finish the race. He's got to finish it whilst he's champion. Oh, and Evan isn't actually in the lobby. And I think our coordinator to Hackett is going to sort him out, I think. So we can stick with the action. And Mikey, I don't know if he's just made a bit of a mistake or Reliot's picked up his pace, but that gap here has opened up again. And the 2 Ferraris are just behind. So Evan, unfortunate with some connection issues. Oh no, Evan does need me 1 second, please. Whilst there's no action going on. So yeah, really starting to pull up a gap now. I wonder if the battery's being used maybe, but Mikey doesn't want to drain all of it. Let's have a look at Ill Vision. Whoa, side by side with his teammate. Zettel actually struggling after doing really well in Division 2 last night. Leaves a bit of gap there for his teammate. Good fair fighting. There's over a second gap between everyone else on track, so stick with this little battle for a bit. Look at the gains Mikey's just got there, but actually loses it on exit of that hairpin. We're on board with Ill Vision, watching Zetterville. I wonder if Mikey's just burnt his tyres out a little bit. Struggling to keep up with Bog. Berserk has managed to pull away from Evan, who we know is probably an AI right now. Vision again side by side with his teammate trying to hang it. That's pretty brave and very clean racing actually from the pair of them. Zetterville, I wonder if he gets to click the DRS on. He does, so that's yeah, probably not well placed from Ill Vision there, because that is Zetterville straight back through with ease this time. Ooh, with ease I say. They're still side by side. This is good racing from the Aston Martin pair. And it's been like this for over a lap, and they're still side by side, but Zetterville's going to have the inside line here, but Ill Vision keeps his car in, his nose in there, and I think Ill Vision is going to make it happen, and he does. That's brilliant racing, boys. Well done. Well done. It's great to see that. Mikey's still 1.5 seconds back from Reliot. They're actually 7 seconds clear of Bog now, so they've got plenty of time in the bank. Only 8 laps to go. Mikey currently in pole position to win this race because Relliot is going to have to stop again. He started on the mediums, he came back on the mediums, and Zettervold is closing in on Ill Vision and sensibly waits behind him. We'll get a second dose of DRS down this next straight. But actually, Ill Vision's done a great job of getting a nice exit out of there. Zettervold can't return to 7th place. Jordan's done well to try and catch these two actually. He's only 20 seconds back after he has made a pit stop as well. I wonder if did he go on softs just to try and catch up? No, actually on hards. So he's done very well to be only 20 seconds back of this pair. A long way off the lead, unfortunately. But he won't care, as he's won the championship with Nell DNFing on the first lap of the race after a bit of contact between Wazza and Brandon lost the car, caused carnage right behind him, and all those cars from Wazza downwards all got caught up in that first. It was actually right here, just utter carnage. And we'll have one more look at this Zettervold fight, and we'll just jump to the guys out in front. Watch a bit of action from on board with those guys. Mikey has dropped back a little bit further. It's not going to be enough. Relliot needs a pit stop, and here comes Zettervold again. And Ill Vision didn't move the car, but the track sort of cut out, so can't really say he moved under braking. But did he leave space? Well, I'll leave that for you guys to decide. But Zettervold will now get the straight line speed with the DRS wide open. Ill Vision trying to cut off the space, and to be fair, positioning his car well. It's not like he's moving under brake and he's keeping the same trajectory. And Evan must be back in the room because he is right behind Berserk, who's actually caught Reaps as well. Saying I've got a network error, so let me just make sure we're still live. Yeah, it looks like we are still live. Zettervold and Ill Vision are fighting again. And I just had a look at one of the messages actually from Relliot's brother on the channel saying that Relliot actually started on the hards. Did I get that wrong? Oh, he did. He's pitted twice. Oh, didn't see that then. I didn't see where he... Oh, I wonder if that's where the red flags were? And he switched his strategy? That's what's happened, isn't it? So... Well, actually, Relliot then is your favourite to win, because he must have been on the hards before the red flag, was able to switch to mediums, come in and go on mediums, which, yeah, I completely forgot about. So Mikey does need to close that 2 seconds, and he does need to get in front. Berserk and Evan having a fight. Coming on to the back straights. Evan gets the DRS open. This should be easy work through here. Sorry, I've just got a bit of a problem. I keep getting a internet issue. So I'm just going to jump back into a party so all the drivers don't have to listen to me whilst they're driving. If they're not in parties. So Berserk 4/10 back. Evan did make the overtake stick. Berserk trying to come back at him. Not close enough. And Evan, sure it won't be too long before he starts putting some pressure on Reaps. Only a second back, and the two Aston Martins are still fighting, they're still going at it. and it's allowing Jordan to close right in on them. Only 6 seconds back now, so it made some really, really good headway. Evan now only a second back from Reeps. He's going to try and fight his way back to the podium, but I think that's a long way off. 4 laps to go, probably not going to do that unless something major happens. Mikey has picked up the pace just a little bit more. He's now 1.7 back from Relia. It was out to 2 at one point, so either Relia's struggling a little bit or Mikey's just thought now's the time to start pushing. We all want that race victory. Mikey's going to have to work hard for the win. Reeps was flashing there, so Evan will be happy to see that, as he does get in DRS range, and he's going to bring his teammate along for the ride. And watch the time just fall and fall and fall, and Reeps was using his DRS there to try and defend, I think, but Evan's going to get another helping out of here. Berserk says thank you very much, I'll take the double draft. Evan is right on his case now. Mikey's still not really, and Reeps picked up a 3-second time penalty, the only one on the grid after all the other DNFs, so that's painful. Probably going to lose 2 places by the end. Jordan is right on the back of the 2 Aston Martins now. Mikey not really making an impression up front. He's really got to get his foot down if he's going to win this. Berserk doing everything he can to stay within a second of Evan, sorry. And Evan is quite comfortably in Reeps' DRS range. Berserk's just dropped outside of it now, so he will not get the toe down this next straight. Mikey over 2 seconds back now, so this is all Reliant. You would think. Can Evan make the pass? Does he want to make the pass here? I mean, he's going to have so much overspeed here. But Reeps will get it back into the next part, so we'll jump on with him now. And this might just give Berserk a bit of a chance to try and get back within that DRS zone. And Evan's just got a far superior exit out of that corner. It's going to be hard for Reeps to catch Evan by the time we get to that corner, but he is reeling him in. Not really close enough. Jordan, Ill Vision having a bit of a fight now. And the Aston Martins are still going at each other. Jordan will probably try and take both of them. They're side by side through here, and Jordan's just going to launch himself here. Look, he's going to have the DRS as well. That's going to be him through quite comfortably, I think. Your new Division 3 champion. Double overtaking one corner as Ill Vision tries to push Jordan all the way through the corner. But it's just too quick with the DRS open. And off Jordan goes. He's got a 34-second gap to try and decrease. He's got 4 laps to do it. Mikey looks like he's run out of steam. Reliant really pumping in the laps now. As long as he can hold it together, this race is his. And Jordan goes into the pits. Must be cooked on those tyres. Reeps isn't able to catch Evan. I think he's just using him to pull him down a couple of the straights and keep him out of Berserk's clutches. But Reddit in control of this race. He's got 2 laps to go once this one is complete. And there goes Mikey. 2.5 seconds back now. And unless Reliant makes a mistake, you'd think Reliant's going to pick up the win. Just while we're on the subject, how many has Reliant won this season? He's had a 2nd place finish, otherwise struggled all season really. So this will be his first win of the season. And that will give him good hope for next season, as these two continue to go side by side. Ill Vision actually pulls out of that one. Quite wisely this time. These two have been good to watch actually. I've seen Zettervol, I've raced against Zettervol in a couple of races and felt like he just needed to leave a bit more room for people, but can't fault him tonight. These two have been going at it for a while and we've seen them side by side for almost 2-3 laps consecutively, and both have given each other the room. So fair play and good racing, boys. But Reliot is on his way round to start his final lap of the race with Mikey 2 seconds back. We're going to watch Reliot then finish the last lap and hopefully win the race. 1 lap to go. And can the AlphaTauri pick up his first win of the season? Mikey has had 4 podiums this season, a second, 2 and 3/3. But yeah, going to need a 2-second miracle. And he is pushing hard. I assume he's dumping his battery, but Reliot's got some in hand. And you wouldn't be surprised to see that come on right now. And there it is. Mikey's is on as well. So they're just going to empty the tanks. And you might as well on the last lap. But Reliot, since the safety car has been a class above, and actually pretty much was from the start of the race really. He's been up there all night. Apparently he didn't put any practice into this either. So what does that tell him? Sod practice, turn up, mate. And there you go, his battery is now empty. So the final sector to navigate, and if he can do that, he becomes a race winner for the first time this season as Jordan pumps in a 25-0 at the end. Just for the extra championship point, why not? So here we go then, the last couple of corners as Berserk picks up a penalty. It's not going to matter to him. Reliot comes round the final corner for the last time tonight and he will pick up the win. Little Mikey comes through in second, good race from him. And here comes Bog in the Red Bull. I think probably, is that his first podium of the season? Let's have a look. Bog, first podium of the season, well done to Bog. And oh, hold on, what's going on here? Must be a broken game, right? Because that's just put Evan out in front for some reason. Reeps comes home in 4th, Berserk 5th, Zettervol and Ill Vision. Who knows where this is going to end, because they've been fighting forever. And look at Jordan catching him up after that pit stop. Is Ill Vision just going to try and chuck one in there somewhere to try and just nick those couple of points off his teammate? Nah, he shouldn't really, but it's been a great battle between these two. I said it earlier. But just to confirm, Evan hasn't won this race. I don't know what's happened with the timing sheets, but yeah, he definitely hasn't won the race. Reliot has won the race. Something odd happening. Berserk given driver of the day. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on here. Seems to be a bit of a network problem. And it has actually given Evan the win. It's not true. Something's happened to the lobby, I think. So this is going to be wrong on the stats page at the end. Yeah, this has completely twisted the grid upside down. So it was Reliot, Mikey, Bog, Reeps, Berserk, Zettervol, Ill Vision, and then Evan and Jordan are mucked in there somewhere. Jordan at the back. I think Evan was behind Reeps, or maybe just in front of Reeps actually. But yeah, servers are broken by the look of it. So what a way to end the season then, right? Broken lobby. But I think that might actually be something to do with the red flag, I reckon. Maybe that's what's caused it. But anyway, great season. Division 3, you've been brilliant. One of the cleanest divisions in DTR. So really proud of all of you. for your efforts this season. Well done to Jordan, double champion, Hackett champion too for the constructors. Unlucky to Nell Boy for his race to end like that tonight. But it's been fantastic. Glad to have been on comms for you, and I'll hopefully see you all again next season. So come back next week, Wednesday. We've got the Race of Champions. I should be there, and looking forward to it. So I'm sure you guys are too. But speak to you all soon. Bye for now.